Hi and welcome to Framed, a Let's Play with a focus on cinematography. My name's Aubrey and I'm going to be your host. Today we're playing Chapter 5 of Uncharted 4. As always, this Let's Play is going to cover spoilers, but that is especially true in this episode. So please, if you haven't played Uncharted 4, play Uncharted 4. And then watch my Let's Play. So right now we start off with Sam recalling to Nathan how he got out of prison. And you can see that Sam is in his prison cell.
Samuel, come here.
You'll notice the blue and orange divide right away. So Sam, when he was doing sit-ups, was in blue. And now he's walking a little bit towards the orange. And the man on the left, Hector Alcazar, is in almost complete orange. While Sam's in a little bit more of a bluish tint.
How can they be content with their small lives? Their miserable jobs?
I mean, they have wives to go home to. What do we got? No offense.
And on the right, you'll notice a cross, and Sam sits on the wall, and Sam sits literally right in front of the cross, sort of calling back that idea of Saint Dismas and the crucifixion, and Sam being perhaps one of those
What will you do
thieves.
when you get out, Samuel?
And now you'll notice the orange and the blue theme again. Sam is in a depressed, resigned mood, and Hector Alcazar is in that burning passion. He's in that ambition and treasure hunting mode, while Sam is resigned to his fate. So he's in that blue. He's also shot overhead. He's not quite completely overhead, which would be called a God's eye angle in cinematography. That's from God's perspective. It was used almost to evoke death and sort of omniscient. It's not quite that high, but it is kind of high. So it does kind of give that feeling of resignation.
What is that Avery?
Now, my theory about this, and it's about to be major spoilers, is that since Hector Alcazar, Sam didn't escape through Hector Alcazar, he escaped through Rafe. So Hector Alcazar is sort of Sam's other half. He's sort of represents Sam's ambitions and his dark, quote-unquote, dark side, or his negative side. While Sam himself is what's good about Sam. So Hector Alcazar is sort of everything that is maybe Sam's vices. And what drives him, his passion, his vice, all of that sort of very intense emotion.
Holy shit.
Los demás están en posición. En camino. Todo va de acuerdo al plan, señor.
Fantastic.
And I'm also about to spoil Breaking Bad, so
You had this plan.
sorry if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, but there is a prison sequence in Breaking Bad that this, in season 5, that this reminds me of, like with the dead bodies and the gruesomeness. It reminds me, not maybe explicitly, but it does have a little bit of callback to that. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad, also go watch that. It's literally my favorite TV show of all time. And so this lighting right here, you're going to notice that Hector Alcazar, the shadow, becomes...
These men are sadistic.
is huge. Right now, so far to Sam, Hector has been, you know, sort of friendly. But you'll notice this huge shadow right over here, foreshadowing that Hector is going to be this foreboding dark presence, that he is a really dark presence. He may seem like he's in the light and he's okay, but what he truly is and what's taking up the majority of the screen is this dark looming figure. And not only is a dark looming figure for Sam, but he's really more of that for Nate. That dark presence, that cloud over that whole adventure is Hector Alcazar's threat. So that pause there and that lighting there, I think, is really important to note.
Exactly. Háganlo. Stay close, Samuel.
And I love what Naughty Dog does. You'll see this in an upcoming scene, but how they have these sort of, not completely optional, but these moments where they create these beautiful cinematography pieces where Sam, like here, like Sam is completely in shadow, completely silhouetted, and in front of him is the prison gate. Like, this is his reality and his darkness. but this scene is completely saturated in orange, and that passion of that theme that has been reoccurring of what is treasure, that greed, that passion, that ambition, all of that is wrapped up into this. But what I love about what Naughty Dog does in this game, what I think they're really successful at, is creating these moments where you can either, if you notice it, you can take the moment to appreciate it. Even in the middle of action, you can take the moment to appreciate it. Or you can just keep running past it and just keep appreciating the action. It's up to you. I, being the cinematography nerd at it, that I am, the lighting nerd, I take the moment. And here again, you'll see that lighting again of that orange, red-orange, and Sam is positioned in front of it. And I love how the smoke starts out really thick here. And then if you wait a little bit, it starts to dissipate, just like it would in the real world, because, you know, there's a little hole right there. But I just think this shot is so beautiful and so evocative. It's great. And there's a lot of instances throughout this game where you're gonna see really beautiful evocative shots that you could just like run past. And for me, the fact that they're optional and you can take time to love them or, you know, just ignore them is so great. I love that. It gives players who are just interested in the fighting to be able to keep fighting, and people like me who are like really into like each shot to be able to take a moment to appreciate them. And even when you take a moment to appreciate those shots, the action never really, doesn't really stop. You know, it just pauses for a moment, which I guess isn't realistic, and maybe that would bother some people, but for me, I love it. I appreciate that Naughty Dog did that. So I think this is the same area where Sam and Nate were caught by Vargo right after they found right after Nate found the St. Dismas cross. So I think that's interesting because it's right before Sam was quote unquote killed. We're in the same area again, and I wonder if Naughty Dog did that out of convenience, like they already like modeled this area, so they thought they would reuse it, or if they did it out of a thematic purpose. If you guys have opinions, let me know. Oh, thankfully I'm on Explorer mode where I can just take I can just eat bullets. My body is just a sponge. I played on normal mode the first time, but I'm of the opinion you should play on whatever mode you feel like playing on. Personally, I care more about story than I do of gameplay. I'm one of those players, but I know some people really value gameplay, and I totally understand that's super valid because games are playable. But if you want to play on Explorer or easy mode in other games, then do that. Don't feel any shame. No shame. Do what makes you happy. Games are meant to be enjoyed. So you'll notice this prison is literally burning down, and I think Sam does this, tells this story because not only because he wants to like convince his brother that he was in peril and that there is literally no other way, that he kind of emotionally manipulates his brother. Oops, I need to hide. That he needs to like go on this journey with him. But I also think it's in a way because he wants to compete with Nate. Like Nate has had 15 years to like go on these crazy epic adventures, and Sam just spent the past however many hours listening to that. And I think Sam is proud of his brother and is like amazed that his brother can do these things. But I think he's also feels a little bit deprived. Like, how can you not feel a little bit of jealousy after spending 15 years in utter captivity with nothing really to show of it? I also think it's a look into Sam's subconsciousness. Like, everyone has fantasies about grandeur, I feel like, even if you don't ever necessarily want to live them out. Like let's say, like, I have a pretty boring desk job at times. I can think of like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I met this celebrity, or like talk to this person, or whatever, like, you know. So I think when you're in prison, that would be definitely amplified, because you just have a bunch of time to think about things. And so Sam may not want to like necessarily mass murder people in this fashion, but I think the idea of getting out in some explosive, cool way is a look into Sam's subconsciousness. You'll also notice that that lighthouse is in the distance again, where towards freedom. So that lighthouse is once again representing freedom. Instead of it being really dark and stormy skies from like when Nate was escaping, when Sam got quote unquote killed, it is, the color palette is now in complete orange. This whole scene has been saturated in orange, which, as I've talked about so much, and I will continue to talk about, is in reference to that passion, that treasure hunting, that all of that stuff. So I don't think that was a coincidence. So now that it's a new dawn, it's sort of a new leaf for Sam. He has a new lease on life.
Here, Samuel, drink.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm better than good, actually.
You're dehydrated. Go on, drink.
And once again, we're going to see Hector Alcazar go from being really nice to really mean in a couple seconds.
Jesus, what is next? I think a bath.
I love how in this game you can see the sweat, the sheen of sweat off their bodies, and the wrinkles and the aging. Naughty Dog does such a great job modeling their characters. It's phenomenal.
So, how long do you think it will take for you to retrieve Avery's treasure?
I don't know. I mean, I get back to the States, I can resume my search.
How long?
It's kind of hard to say until I get started.
You said you know where it is.
Yeah, I do, okay? But listen, it's not like Avery left some map with a big red X on it, okay? But I've got some very solid leads. Oh, okay. Just wait a minute. Hey, take it easy.
I like you, Samuel. More importantly, I believed you. That is why you were here.
I can get it, okay? I just need some time.
The line of everyone who's in a desperate position in
problem is,
criminal activity. I need some time. Not that I've ever been a criminal, but it's something out of the movies.
Listen to me.
I've heard a lot.
It. I swear.
How long?
6 months.
People are lazy. They always ask for more time than they actually need. 3 months.
3 months is
3 months.
I love here how you can see right after
Say it.
Hector takes the knife off of Sam's throat. You can see the slight cut, the light cut into Sam's neck. I just think that's a great touch Naughty Dog did.
And when you least expect it, I will be there. At that point, death is not a mercy I will grant you.
Right there, you can see it right underneath Sam's chin. That slight cut.
Here.
The shut-up door of the van reminds me a little bit of that Breaking Bad van.
10 kilometers in that direction towards the sunrise.
I'm sure it's a trope in many media, but I can't help but think of Breaking Bad.
Sunrise outside, huh?
Are those those are American dollars, isn't it? Does Panama use American dollars?
Then what?
Don't worry.
It's interesting.
When the time comes, I'll be there to collect. Buena suerte, Samuel.
So, Alcazar lets me go.
So, I'm gonna give a full disclosure here. Sam's my favorite character, possibly in any. I think, yeah, definitely in any Uncharted game. I mean, I love Nate, I love Elena, I love all of them, but Sam's my favorite. But that isn't to say that he doesn't have his flaws. Like,
After Rafe and I escaped,
right here, he's in a major way emotionally manipulating his brother to go on this hunt with him. And not to say that Nate's innocent, like he decides to lie and do all these things, but you know, Sam has his flaws too. But I think that's a testament to Naughty Dog's writing, like their way to make you love characters even with their flaws. It's so great.
And
You'll notice that Nate's hand in the foreground is his wedding band. And once again, he's holding an item about treasure, and you'll see his wedding band on it. So it's this divide again. Nate wants that normal life. He wants to be married, but there's a part of him that really wants to go and get this treasure.
so whatever's missing from the one in Panama.
He wants to help his brother, of course, too. Right now, for Nate, this is a life and death situation for Nate. He thinks his brother's about to be killed.
Where is this? Oh, this exquisite piece.
I also think it's interesting to see those two wetsuits in the background, just in the shot previous. They're just like hung over, they're limp, they're empty, they're hollow. And there's two people in the scene. It's just an interesting image. Of course, on a ship diving, somebody who goes diving for stuff, there would be wetsuits drying out in the sun. That would be completely normal in a completely lived-in situation. But I think it sort of says something to the characters of Sam and Nate, of them being a little bit hollowed out and a little bit not knowing each other, a little bit deflated from knowing one another.
I just don't do that kind of thing anymore. Besides, there are plenty of other guys.
Yeah, those wetsuits on the left right there.
To handle this kind of thing. Like who? I don't know. Like,
Those big blue tubs make me think of Breaking Bad too. Sorry, keep bringing up Breaking Bad.
I don't trust Charlie or anybody else who you've got on
I'll try to.
with my life, okay? I need you on this one.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry about the dog barking. I've recorded a couple times and this dog will not stop barking.
Not with the time I got left. Certainly not with Alcazar.
Oh, Sam. Oh, such a mean thing to do. To be fair, Sam has, for the past 15 years, been serving a crime he was kind of part of, but he didn't really do. And so he's been wanting more than anything. The thing that he wants the most is to go on an adventure with his brother. So, not to say it's justified, but just to see why he's emotionally manipulating his brother and making him choose between the straight and narrow and what he wants to do. And that's where I'll end it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you tune in next week.